Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, first at 4.
It is Friday.
Yes, it is.
We're excited about that. Welcome to it. Thanks for joining us. First at 4, I'm Courtney Hicks here with Mikhail Hannah-Harding, First Alert meteorologist, kind of coming down off that high. Y'all have had a heck of a last 6 months, I should say.
Right.
It's been wild.
It definitely has been a wild ride.
Yeah. So we've got the colder temperatures kind of slowly easing their way out into some warmer temperatures and even some sunshine that should work this weekend. The sun should work, as you like to say, this weekend. Yeah.
It should feel pretty decent, especially for our Sunday. That's going to be my pick out of the 2 days this weekend. As far as looking outside, we do have blue skies, some clouds out there, a few, some warmer temperatures for next week coming up.
Projects to improve the city, but when all is said and done, what is being done to preserve the new construction? Your Sydney Hood has more on maintaining downtown.
Millions of dollars are being poured into various projects on streets like Telfair, Broad, and Green. But for some, the question right now is how much will be poured into the maintenance once things are all said and done? Downtown Augusta is a maze of construction cones and cranes.
It's cumbersome, but we're working with it.
It sounds less like progress.
That time frame would be nice.
And more like an endless echo.
It's just hard to make plans, long-term plans, personally, business, when you don't know what's happening next. I mean, behind me, the curb's been torn up for a year and a half, and in front of my house, they tore half the sidewalk out a year ago.
A multi-million-dollar facelift looking like a botched job for some.
It's very frustrating. Some of it feels rushed, some of it feels avoided and delayed, and it's just hard. Again, it's hard to make any kind of business plans around this chaos, really.
The biggest question for many,
some idea of what the plan really is.
And if that plan will remain in place once the job is complete.
We see the plantings coming in, we see the beautiful brick that's been installed. We just want to be able to maintain that as the years move forward.
A conversation the mayor says he's had since taking office.
How do we create a centralized ground maintenance and trees department to where we have complete 100% accountability to cutting the grass, to maintaining the beautification of Augusta, Georgia, and maintaining our trees. An initiative that I'm going to continue into 2025.
With every project comes some bumps in the road.
I don't know whether I should be renovating something or waiting, or it's hard to tell.
All we can do is wait for the dust to settle. In Augusta, Sydney Hood on your side.
And the GBI is assisting the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office with the death of a child from earlier this month. That child has been identified as 8-month-old Caleb Taylor. The GBI is also aware of a second 2021 child death related to the mother of Caleb. The Sheriff's Office says the investigation is active and ongoing. We will keep you updated if we learn any more information. And the Aiken County Coroner is investigating the shooting death of a 21-year-old. Officials say Remedy Jennings Leaphart died after being shot on Pine Circle in Monetta. They add the victim was first taken to his mother's house, then a medical clinic where EMS took him to the Lexington Medical Center. He died shortly after arriving there. An autopsy has been scheduled. And Wagner police are searching for this suspect they say could be armed and dangerous. Officers say 60-year-old James Cochran has active warrants for his arrest. They warn people not to approach him if you see him, but to call the Wagner Police Department with any information. School security measures are being called into question after the latest discovery cleanup. At least 8 fires are now burning through Southern California, with a new fire in San Diego. So far, 28 people are dead from the fires. California's Governor Newsom signed new legislation to give billions in funding for relief efforts.
People feel helpless, but not everybody feels hopeless. And I think this is about distilling a sense of hopefulness. This money will be made available immediately, but we want to get these dollars out in real time, so there's no anxiety and stress associated with that.
President Trump plans to travel to Southern California today after leaving North Carolina. All 43 monkeys that escaped the Alpha Genesis Office's research lab are now back after that gate was not fully locked. Now, the monkeys lived in the woods nearby the facility, slowly being recaptured since their escape back in November. Now, the facility CEO says all the monkeys have been safely returned and are in good health. The Bassmaster Open is underway at Clarks Hill Lake after being postponed due to icy roads. Day one is in full swing. That's where you'll find our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Riley Hale. And Riley, I know this is right up in the middle of your wheelhouse. You talk about fishing in the lake all the time. I know you are excited, my brother.
This is a great way to end the work week, Courtney. 100%. We're having a lot of fun out here. Weigh-in just started at 3:15, so it's really just getting underway. Should continue till about 4:45. So there's still time to get out here if you want to check it out. But if you can't make it tonight, it is going to continue tomorrow. But we're talking 160 anglers competing in this tournament. The top one after 2 days will take home $40,000. The top angler so far today brought in 25 pounds, and that is a huge bag for Clarks Hill fishery. So this is going to be a great tournament so far. We've had a good turnout. We've had big fish caught, and we're seeing anglers come in with fish. So everyone's catching something despite the cold weather. But that's the thing. If you are coming out here, it is a little bit chilly. Make sure you are bundled up. Wear the hats. Wear the gloves. Make sure you're going to stay warm out here. But you can see the stage behind me. So the anglers come in right here. They'll bring in their fish. They check them in, and then they go up there on the stage, weigh their fish live. And this is for Bassmasters. So this isn't open. It's open to everybody, but you get a mixture of pros from across the country. We actually have 4 different countries represented by anglers here. So not just local guys, it's people from all over the country, all over the world, competing here at Clarks Hill Lake. The name of the game is bring in your 5 biggest largemouth or spotted bass. And once again, the top angler after 2 days is going to bring home $40,000. So a lot of money on the table out here, Courtney, but it's a great time. It's cool to see all these big names in bass fishing here right on our home lake. And the thing is, tomorrow, they're actually going to live stream the top 10 anglers on their website. So you'll be able to follow the top guys, see where they're fishing, what they're fishing with, some of the techniques they're using. So it's going to be a lot of fun to keep track with them.
40 G's, I'm on my way. I have no idea what to do, but I'll figure it out for that. All right, Riley.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll check back in with you soon. Stay warm. When you buy items online, it's always important to check what you're buying. We'll show you what can happen if you don't make sure that's coming up. 40 G's, Mikhail. I'll figure it out.
40 G's, definitely. I bet you if we put Chief in there, he's going to give him a run
Come
for the
on
money.
now.
But we do have cold temperatures on the way again for tonight. We'll talk more about your weekend outlook coming up next.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
Marcus Kitchen is my new daily coffee stop.
Gourmet beans are freshly ground for every cup. Get your own cup of great tasting, freshly brewed coffee at Parker's Kitchen.
You come to the hog.
So definitely looking at a wetter outlook by Monday for sure, but most of the weekend will continue to be on the drier side. But definitely going to keep some cold nights ahead. We'll see temperatures below freezing through Sunday. Monday, a little bit of rainfall moves in, but then we're looking above average and also partly cloudy as we head towards Tuesday through most of next week.
All right, we're looking forward to those warmer temperatures. Thank you so much, Mikhail. It's something we pretty much do almost every day, buying something online, but a Savannah man did not get what he paid for. Shay Schrader has more on this online scam.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
All of these, this here from them,
But not when you ordered a drill.
this a picture what they sent me.
That's right. Sylvester Franklin ordered a drill from AliExpress. And what he got was a printed photo of the drill he ordered. But it gets worse.
I paid $22.97 for a pressure washer, and this what I get.
What even is that?
This is a screw. It's a wrench to screw the screw out the wall with.
Franklin has been going back and forth with AliExpress since he ordered the items in November, but throughout everything, still hasn't received a refund. So we started looking into AliExpress, and we found the company is a subsidiary of Alibaba, sometimes called the Amazon of China. In 2021, the Office of the United States Trade Representative added AliExpress to its list of notorious markets for counterfeit
counterfeiting and piracy. The business also has a D- rating with the Better Business Bureau, and in 2024, the state of Georgia's Consumer Protection Division received 3 complaints against the company. One of the people who complained saying they never received the item purchased. Another saying they were out over $400 after their item was sent with a fake tracking number that was never delivered to them. In all 3 instances, the shoppers said they tried to get their money back from AliExpress, but none of them did until they reported their stories to the CPD. Franklin has tried to get his money back from AliExpress and tried to get a charge back from his bank without any success. He says he only spent around $40, but wants others to take a lesson from his story. This picture may be worth 1,000 words, but not the $40 he paid.
This is not good. This is real bad. All this is bad. You know what I mean? Don't scam nobody. So I just don't like to get scammed because if you spend your money, you want to get what you paid for.
Yeah, you really got to watch it. If you find yourself in a similar situation, experts say to contact the company for a refund, file a complaint with a consumer protection agency, and to be careful where you shop. And all types of wildlife were affected by the recent winter storms. We'll show you how officials are trying to help the animals. After this, we'll be right back.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Are you looking for...
All right, thank you so much, Mikhail. We're looking forward to the warmer temperatures for sure. Speaking of which, the winter weather felt across the southeast is also affecting aquatic animals. Before this week's snow, 5 cold-stunned sea turtles were reported in South Carolina. Lindsay Stinger has more on the danger the cold weather poses.
A rare island snow day. Our recent snap of cold weather and colder water temperatures have caused major impacts for our coast's sea life. Animals that cannot regulate their body temperatures struggle when cold water moves in and stays a while.
They'll be very immobile and floating on the surface, which is a vulnerable position for them.
While Hilton Head Island and Tybee Island aren't often at risk for cold sea temperatures, this winter has been out of the ordinary. Amber Kewen with the Hilton Head Island Sea Turtle Patrol compares these cold-stunned events to those in 2018. She says it's not the cold snaps that hurt the sea life, but the longer span of low temperatures.
These quick snaps, as long as it warms back up, we shouldn't see it continuing unless it's a consistent low temperature.
The Hilton Head Sea Turtle Patrol recovered 3 cold-stunned turtles even before this cold snap. Kewen says the cold-stunned sea turtles are not common, but it is happening in places like Louisiana, Florida, and Texas.
Normally we get about 45 degrees for our cold temperature, and that seems to be okay. When it drops below that, that's when you'll start to see some of these reptiles affected.
According to Kewen, sea turtles and manatees are the most at risk for winter danger because both struggle to regulate their body heat.
Officials say they haven't received any calls for cold-stunned animals since the snow event, but that could change once people return to the beaches. And we'll be right back.
Inherit your final expense tab too.
And this just in, first at 4. A child in the Midlands has died from flu complications. This comes as officials warn of widespread flu activity with more than 600 hospitalizations and 13 deaths in the week of January 18th alone. All the reminder to wash those hands. You may even have to mask up. And Mikhail, if you don't feel well, stay where you are.
Good advice right there, Courtney, for sure. Just trying to limit that spread of any more, sickness. But tomorrow and Sunday, the Amateur Radio Club of Columbia County is holding their Winter Field Day, where you can ask licensed ham radio operators about their craft. While you're there, you can also get a chance to take on the mic and make a few contacts over the air. This is all at the Eubank Blanchard Park and Community Center at 2 p.m. until late evening tomorrow, and then again 8 a.m. until noon on Sunday.
And while films from Georgia did not do as well as expected in Oscar nominations, one film is still in contention. The 6888 is nominated for the Best Original Song for The Journey, the film about an all-black, all-female battalion in World War II, filmed in both Atlanta and Cedartown. The Journey was written and performed by Diane Warren, who has been nominated 16 times at the Oscars in the past.
It's a good nod right there. See how it all pans out. As far as looking at visible satellite, we do see.
You're watching News 12, First at 4. Continues.
And welcome back. Courtney Hicks, First Alert meteorologist Mikhail Hannah-Harding. It is Friday. We are excited about it. Any weekend plans?
None at all.
House stuff to do?
Hanging loose.
Yeah, hanging loose.
Yep.
Yes, taking it easy?
Taking it easy.
What
about you?
You've had a pretty busy week.
Definitely.
Yeah, oh, you know on the weekends, I should have done. I'm way past going out and getting a little grocery shopping. That's the excitement of my weekend.
Right.
And then, lots of, shows and stuff that we don't get a chance to see because we're here, a big chunk of the evening. Just to, binge watch and catch up on.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy, crazy week. Interesting week.
Definitely.
Weather-wise, politics.
Yep.
The natural disasters. So, I feel like for us, the weekend is a time to decompress.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a nice one. Thankfully, we have a lot of blue sky out there today, so that looks to roll into your Saturday. Head towards your weekend forecast when you come back.
We will stand by. Thank you, Mikhail. It's been a hectic 6 months for our local businesses. Between Hurricane Helene, the Christmas shopping season, then 2 weather events that caused a lot of businesses to close their doors. And as we near the end of January, your Kennedy Payne checks in to see how local businesses are looking ahead to the rest of the year.
Whether it's at Sheila's for coffee and baked goods, or Art on Broad for your next unique find, local businesses are asking that you come see them through a hurricane.
After Helene, things were strange, but people were needing to get out and do something.
I know we lost pretty much everything in like the freezers and the refrigerators and all that, so it took a little time just to get frostings back and stuff like that.
And snow.
It slowed us down a little bit, but I feel confident that people are going to be out this weekend.
Our local businesses are staying strong.
The bakery does really well right after a storm.
After days of unexpectedly being closed, they try and catch up with customers when they get back.
All the people who would have come during the week end up coming on the weekend and having a big fun time with their family and be like, we miss Sheila's and we're ready to come back and get some more pastries.
And they say they owe it to the community.
We've had amazing support from the community. We've had some people come in for framing this week, and I hope customers will think about us and come on down and see us.
The community is so great. We have really great customers and that come regularly, and we know them by name. So we have a lot of fun and we enjoy what we do.
And they say if you're willing to brave the cold,
give local businesses an opportunity if they haven't. And definitely downtown Augusta has got some wonderful businesses, not just us. But step out into your community and check out what's there because you may not even realize.
They would love to see you.
You want to just feel at home, then you come to Sheila's and you come to downtown North Augusta.
Businesses I spoke with say they're hoping there's no more unexpected weather, but they know that if there is, the community will help get them through it. In Augusta, Kennedy Payne on your side.
Thank you so much for that, Kennedy. Increased demand for artificial intelligence and cloud computing means more and more data centers are popping up across the country. A new Georgia power rate approved for these centers means the cost of their massive energy needs won't be passed down to you. Data centers regularly consume more than 100 megawatts of energy. That's enough to power tens of thousands of homes. Now, Georgia Power has established a special rate for these data centers that separates them from the average customer. Georgia is already home to more than 50 major data centers, including AT&T, Facebook, Google, and UPS. The King family and following King's Federal Day of Remembrance on Monday, students at USCA and Aiken Tech marked the holiday by holding a day of service around the community today. Students and staff volunteered their time at the Aiken Animal Shelter, the Salvation Army, Helping Hands of Aiken, and Acts of Aiken.
Well, I think it shows, us young people, how much we do care, how much passion we do have for our community, and just seeing young people get together really makes a statement of our passion for both our schools and our community as a whole.
That is good to see and hear. Additionally, on Sunday, USCA will hold a special joint MLK event featuring Crystal Spain, the first African American woman to chair the South Carolina Democratic Party. And we told you back in September about the Second Act thrift store located downtown on 8th Street. It's a place where you can find just about anything from art, records, clothes to music and instruments. When you shop there, you are supporting the Jesse Norman School of the Arts. Your Zana Halliburton tells us how they plan to use the space beyond thrifting.
Since opening on September 20th, the Second Act thrift store has experienced a lot.
We had kind of an abnormal opening weekend in the middle of Arts in the Heart, and then we've had weather events. We had the hurricane, we had snow days, we've had major road construction in front of the building. Not a normal day, but we've been holding our own.
Gary Dennis is the executive director of the Jesse Norman School of the Arts. He says despite the abnormal days, there's been a positive response.
I wouldn't say it's a overwhelming financial success yet, but I think that it's being welcomed with open arms from the community, and our board loves it, our families love it, so I think we'll keep going.
The space is also being used for events like pop-up comedy shows and hopefully soon, artists.
I'm really hoping that we're able to attract some local musicians and artists to use the space in similar ways after our regular business hours.
When you shop inside, all proceeds go right back to the Jesse Norman School of the Arts, supporting their free after-school and summer camp programs, something Michael Nellums once took part in.
It gives kids like an opportunity, like an outlet that they can like express themselves outside of sports, because some schools don't have sports and some kids just aren't into that, and this gives them a free opportunity to do so.
Dennis says the annual benefit concert was canceled last fall because of the weather, but this store is another way the community can help support their mission. Reporting in Augusta, Zana Halliburton on your side.
We thank you for that, Zana. And the Second Act thrift store is located on 8th Street and is open Thursday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. You can donate items on Tuesdays. They also have a screen print shop inside as well. Right now, dozens of top anglers are competing in the Bassmaster Open in Appling. We'll be there live coming up with your chief meteorologist after the break. But first, let's toss it on over to Mikhail.
It's going to be cold for tonight, but a beautiful weekend in store. We'll talk about it coming up.
This is Bob. Southern Roofing, locally owned and celebrating 90 years as the CSRA's favorite roofing company.
I look at her and I see my future. She is the promise that gives meaning to each new day. Her love holds us close and guides us. She is, and always will be, my everything. I celebrate her with a jeweler that I trust. And that's Windsor.
We're back taking a look here at this. We could see temperatures near 70.
Bring it on, Mikhail. Thank you so much. Day one of the St. Croix Bassmaster Open at Clarks Hill Lake is underway. You're looking at video taken this morning as a full field of anglers took off. We go now to First Alert Chief Meteorologist and avid fisherman himself, Riley Hale, live at Wildwood Park in Appling. And Riley, my family is actually from St. Croix, and I know it doesn't feel like the island out there, but at least the sun is out, giving you guys a little bit of warmth, maybe.
I wish we could have some St. Croix weather here right now. It has been a very cold first day of fishing here for the Bassmaster Open at Clarks Hill. They were supposed to start yesterday, had to postpone it because of all the ice and just unsafe travel conditions. But Courtney, this is a huge tournament. We have 162 anglers from across the world. There's 4 different countries represented here, and it's actually a good mixture of some local guys that we've ran into, but also there's guys, once again, from all over the world representing 4 countries and all over our country, too. So it's the best guys out there. They're trying to qualify for the Elite Series. So fishing these opens, you fish the opens, the top 10 anglers at the end of the year after fishing these opens gets to elevate to the Elite Series, and that's basically the NFL of bass fishing. So that's what a lot of these guys are competing for. But still, the top fisherman after today and tomorrow is going to take home $40,000. So there is a lot of money on the table here for people to get into. But we've had 160 guys weigh in today. We're kind of wrapping up the last little bit of weigh-in. We have a few more anglers that still haven't weighed in just yet. But if you want to come out here tomorrow, they do blast off at 7:30. They sing the national anthem, and you can see all the boats out here just stage, and then they call them out, and they all run out. It's a really cool sight to see. If you want to come here tomorrow for weigh-in, that's going to start at 3:15, and again, it usually lasts about an hour, hour and a half. So it's actually like a great activity to do with your family. It doesn't last necessarily all afternoon. It's a quick hour, hour and a half. You can see some big fish. The top weight right now, 5 fish, 25 pounds. So that's what people are trying to beat, and it has been very impressive. The biggest bass was 6 pounds, but the top 5, 25 pounds. So really impressive. Fun to see out here, Courtney.
Wow, and after all the fishing is done, that's a lot of fish for a good old fish fry. I'll help with that. I know what to do.
Well, that is the thing. So they actually release all these fish. So they get re-released back into the lake. So that's another good thing. No fish are harmed in this trap.
Well, we'll just go to the market and get the bass then. Thanks so much, Riley. We'll check in with you soon. Go somewhere and get more. If it seems to be too good to be true, it probably is. Still ahead, we're watching your wallet and what to do if you should ever pay more money than you're supposed to. I'm learning so much today, Mikhail, with the fishing thing. You can tell I have no idea.
Sounds like you're a little bit hungry over there, too.
Maybe so.
Fish will be good, though. As a coastal guy, I love seafood myself.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as looking at temperatures, we'll keep them below freezing through Sunday for lows, but a much warmer outlook by next week. We'll look at your 7-day next.
Yeah,
maybe even a touch of spring, I'll say, Courtney, by the middle of next week, closer to about 70.
Yeah, we are ready for it. Thanks so much, Mikhail. I'm going to hold you to it. All right, we often sometimes say if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, and that's definitely the case with collecting unemployment benefits. If you receive an unemployment overpayment, it's not just bonus cash. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa explores why you need to pay that money back.
If you lose your job and are able to collect unemployment benefits, keep track of how much money you're receiving. The amount you can collect weekly usually depends on how much you were making when you were employed. And Sarah Foster with Bankrate says sometimes the state accidentally pays out too much money. It's called an overpayment.
That's when the state will send you a check that's even larger than what you were supposed to get. And a lot of Americans might think, this is just a gift, divine intervention. A lot of Americans really need this money when they're losing their positions. But unfortunately, Uncle Sam will come back requesting this money, and it's going to be costly if you don't figure it out.
Foster says make sure you stay in contact with your state's unemployment office and know the rules. If your state overpays your unemployment insurance benefits, you'll typically need to repay the money by a set due date.
If you realize that you are getting more money than you probably should be in your weekly checks, you can either apply for an unemployment, overpayment waiver. You can also pursue an option that helps you maybe, split up these payments because Uncle Sam will want this money back.
So again, Foster says file an appeal or request an overpayment waiver, and you may be able to negotiate a payment plan to make the balance owed more manageable if you're unable to pay it in full. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
And we are talking about those cold starts continuing into our Saturday. We'll look at your weekend forecast and next week's outlook. Well, coming up.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
This is Kathy. We make buying easy.
only affecting us, but sea turtles as well. The Hilton Head Sea Turtle Patrol says the snow in the low country has led to several cold, stunned sea turtles washing up on shore. These turtles are taken to the South Carolina Aquarium. Those folks there take good care of them until they're able to be released into the wild. And Mikkel, I don't know if you saw it, this viral post going across social media, but there's like an alligator frozen up under like a river or something like that. But they said they're able to adjust and they slow their heart rate down until the river or wherever he was, melts. But you think about what happens to animals during, weather events, hurricane, the wildfires and things, and we're so concerned with our safety, but animals have a little bit of a challenge as well too.
That's right, in their natural habitat, and definitely getting disturbed outdoors. But just cool that we have people like veterinarians there to step in and fill in that gap. So just areas rather in South Carolina, and really cool to see those sea turtles there just having a chance to warm up a little bit. But as far as weather, we are nice today. We look at a lot of blue sky outside, and we'll see temperatures as we head through the rest of this evening continue to fall closer towards the 20s. But for right now, we're in the 40s. Some wind out there though, west northwest wind.
All right, take a look at this. The cold weather is not only affecting us, but sea turtles as well. The Hilton Head Sea Turtle Patrol says the snow in the low country has led to several cold, stunned sea turtles washing up on shore. These turtles are taken to the South Carolina Aquarium. Those folks there take good care of them until they're able to be released into the wild. And Mikkel, I don't know if you saw it, this viral post going across social media, but there's like an alligator frozen up under like a river or something like that. But they said they're able to adjust and they slow their heart rate down until the river or wherever he was, melts. But you think about what happens to animals during, weather events, hurricane, the wildfires and things, and we're so concerned with our safety, but animals have a little bit of a challenge as well too.
That's right, in their natural habitat, and definitely getting disturbed outdoors. But just cool that we have people like veterinarians there to step in and fill in that gap. So just areas rather in South Carolina, and really cool to see those sea turtles there just having a chance to warm up a little bit. But as far as weather, we are nice today. We look at a lot of blue sky outside, and we'll see temperatures as we head through the rest of this evening continue to fall closer towards the 20s. But for right now, we're in the 40s. Some wind out there though, west northwest winds at about 15, and that wind chill is at 42. So it's definitely chilly outside. Air temperatures in the 40s across the region, so the jacket will be needed even right now stepping outside for any evening plans, but especially as we head later into tonight. So we'll keep things mostly sunny for your Saturday. Sunshine still around Sunday. Some rain by Monday though, and then we'll look at mid to upper 60s for the middle of next week, and maybe some more rain chances by next Wednesday.
All right, thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your Friday afternoon now. Early evening, Live at 5 is on the way. Stay close.
No. Oh God.
It's the coldest time of year in the CSRA. To stay up to date on anything winter weather to severe weather, download our First Alert Weather app to get the most accurate forecast in our area.
If you've been injured, we take immediate action to get you the help you need. The call.
As soon as I called Austin Jackson, I was very assured and at ease.
The response.
They handled everything so that I could focus on getting better.
The work.
They took on the insurance company for me.
The result.
I am very happy with the settlement I received. That's why you'll get the Augusta Guide.
Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta Guy, 706-724-7224.